And we're live! Welcome, everybody, to episode 125 of the CosCast show. I am, as always, Pixie Dust Cosplay, your main host, and with me today I have my fellow co host.
No.
No.
I'm so used to Annabelle being after you, so I like Annabella cosplay.
No.
But Anastasia cosplay.
Yes, Anastasia Cosplay. Welcome.
Totally brain farted.
Welcome, everybody. That's okay. So today is a bit of a weird episode, I guess. We were supposed to live stream from House of Nerds today, during one of their House of Cosplay events, but unfortunately, there weren't any attendees. So the House of Nerds decided that we should just call it quits for today, and that we should just go home and live stream from home as usual. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to talk a little bit about the whole House of Cosplay concept and maybe like get some info from you guys, some feedback to give to House of Nerds about what they should offer in the future to make their events more yeah, I guess. So that's what we're going to talk about mostly today. We'll also talk a little bit about Desicon Pop because we attended Desicon Pop yesterday.
Yeah, and we were like judges in the main cosplay.
Yeah, that was scary. But let's not get into that straight off the bat. Let's talk cosplay progress first, which is one of our usual segments. So, have we been working on anything cosplay related during this past week?
Not working on, but I've purchased a couple of things from Desicon Pop. This, for example, like this antlers for Keyless.
Yeah.
Because she has antlers and I can't be bothered making these types of antlers because, why bother making when you can buy?
Yay! They're beautiful, though. You bought them from Black Crane Creations, I believe?
Yes. And I also bought this from the same
vendor.
These are, I believe they are kind of like antelope horns or something, maybe. But these I'm going to use for my Sarah human elf form cosplay. So this is kind of like, it's kind of the second, but really the first step, because my first step was buying a pair of leggings from Blizzard with the Ysera print on, but that's like for casual cosplay. But anyway, this is the first one for the actual cosplay.
Yay!
Just
Progress.
need to paint them and attach them to a wig or something.
They're really pretty. Very high quality horns. So.
Yeah, and they're light, and that's good.
Yeah, so everyone should support Black Crane Creations because they have some really good stuff.
Yeah, and I love Black Crane Creations.
Shout out to Regina. Personally, I haven't made anything this week, but I did get to wear my Blossom cosplay for the first time out and about around people, which was really fun because people kept telling me all day long that, oh my god, you're so cute. So I felt really good about myself. So thank you to everyone who did that. Also, I posted a very personal post on Facebook and on Instagram this weekend about my financial situation and how I can't really afford to buy any more materials for cosplays and stuff. And I was really nervous and really uncomfortable. I didn't really know how that was gonna go over. But people have been so supportive, like writing comments and saying that, hey, I've been thinking about booking, photo shoots with you at some point. So that'll happen when the snow disappears. And people have been supporting me on my coffee account. So I think I have people have bought me 18 coffees by now.
Wow.
Yeah, so I have to say that I'm super, super grateful to everyone who's reached out and said that they would want to like book photo shoots or who have supported me with a little bit of coffee money. It like every little helps, and I mean what I've got so far will be enough to at least let me start buying fabrics for Valeth or Moxie, whichever I choose to work on first.
That's
So
nice.
yeah, that's amazing. So yeah. Thank you so much. I am forever in your debt. I'm very grateful. And if anyone else wants to support me, just check out Pixie Dust Cosplay. You'll find a link to my coffee on my Facebook page and on my Instagram page. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna plug for myself today.
Well, it's all right. I mean, you're the main host of this show. You're allowed to, ask for support to, further your hobbies.
I don't look at it that way. For me, it's still very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can totally get it. I would feel the same way too if it was me.
Yeah. But I'm just so glad that I have so many great amazing friends who are just willing to do this for me. I mean, like I'm tearing up. It really means a lot to me. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Moving on to cosplay news. This week, I've posted all of the links to the cosplay news this week on our Facebook account. So if you want to check out the links and go directly to the events or articles we're talking about in the show, just go to facebook.com/the CosCast and you'll find us, or just type in at the CosCast. You'll get that's our tag. So the first one is that Outland in Oslo are going to have a book club discussion about the book called Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. Now, I've never really been part of a book club, but I've always wanted to. So I'm very tempted to go, even though it's been a really long time since I read that book.
Yeah, I've been in a book club-ish thing about twice in my life, I think. One was in the Penny Club.
So
I
horses.
mean, yeah, horses, of course. That was when I was a kid. And another one was like where you get sent in the mail different, random books from wherever, I don't remember.
Mm.
And yeah, well, I've never read any of the books they sent me, but So I was like a support member for some time.
Yeah. No, I mean, as a kid, I was a member of the Barbie book club, I think. So I had like lots of pink Barbie books with stories of Barbie going on adventures and stuff, but that don't really count. There weren't any like book club meetings or discussions or anything like that, you know.
No. Oh, the Penny Club was also only by males.
Yeah. So if anyone is interested in high fantasy and discussing books and has read Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, you should go to Outland in Oslo on March 6th. So that's on Tuesday. And check that out. There's also a huge sale coming up. It is the biannual Rainbow Textile Storage Sale. It will be going from March 14th to March 24th. So if you live in the Oslo area or somewhere close to Oslo, get your butt to Oslo because there's a lot of money to save on fabrics at this biannual sale. The next one will not be coming until fall.
So March 14th?
March 14th till March 24th.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it in my book.
Yes, I always go. I mean, even if I don't have money, I always go to the sale just to see what they have on sale.
Yeah, I mean, I need to go to that because I still gotta buy fabrics and stuff for both Bubbles and Ysera and Achilles.
Yeah. Yeah, I need fabrics for Valeth or Moxie, so we'll see whatever's on sale. If I can afford it, I'll buy it with my coffee money. Right. Next piece of news is that there will be a Harry Potter film concert at Oslo Concert Hall or Concert House on March 18th. So basically, I think it's they run the movie, and then they show you, or and then they play like the music for the movie live in the concert hall, if I've understood it correctly, which sounds like a lot of fun to me.
Yeah.
So anyone who's interested in that should go check that out. That's also on our Facebook. I've posted everything there. Also, Kotaku.com has posted a photo report from KatsuCon 2018 that was recently in the States. So you can see lots of awesome cosplay photos from that convention over on their page. So just head on over there if you're interested in following and staying up to date on what's going on in the American convention circuit. And that's pretty much all the news we had this week. So
quite a lot.
Yeah, well, yeah, like 4 news items, and they're pretty relevant and pretty fun. So I'm happy. So let's just move straight on into our main themes of the day. So let's start just talking a little bit about Desicon Pop, because I don't want to dedicate a lot of time to that specifically. So we were asked to be judges in the main cosplay contest, which is the first time we've judged a big contest like that. We've only done the drop-in contest at Desicon in the past.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was kind of scared, kind of terrified, like, oh, that's a lot of responsibility. So I was pretty determined to do a good job and take it as seriously as possible. How do you feel about that whole thing?
Well, I mean, I'm sure I was a bit intimidated, but I was mostly proud. I think to be honored, of course, to be selected to host. To judge main cosplay contest. And it really feels like a step up from what we've done in the past. I also wanted to do this like really good to show that I can do this. This is something I want to show that I can, and hopefully we'll be invited back as some other time as well. And of course, I mean, when I saw who the judges were in the drop-in cosplay, I was like, what? Did they choose us instead of them? Why? Kind of.
Yeah, no, for sure. There were some very talented judges in the drop-in cosplay contest, and there were 3 of them, and there were only 2 of us, and I had expected like a 3rd judge.
Yeah.
Like, I was a little bit surprised by the fact that it was only the 2 of us, and that we didn't get informed about that in advance. Like, oh, there's just going to be the 2 of you. Like,
yeah.
I thought that was a bit odd. Personally, I would have liked to have a 3rd. Not that we're biased or that we're not capable of making a decision on our own, but we're just. It would have been nice to have a 3rd.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it was a very interesting experience, and it was really hard.
Yeah,
like
it was.
We had to sit and talk a lot, like after the first round, and where we just looked at craftsmanship and costumes, and then after the performance, where we thought we kind of had like an idea of how things were going to go, and then it's like, wow, that the performance just made it even harder to choose. What do we do?
Yeah.
And yeah, so we just tried to do the best we could and judge things in as fair of a way as we thought we could.
Yeah.
So I don't know if people agree with the decisions we made or not, but we really tried so hard to just be fair and unbiased and just go by the points that we had given, and yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
But I understand that why other judges say that it was really hard and that it was really close, because the points were really close.
Yeah, they were. I mean, some of them were tied really after the first round. So
yeah, I think there were only like 2 or 3 points separating most of the competitors. So it was really close all the way through. So yeah, kudos to people who judge contests on a regular basis, because that shit is hard.
yep.
And lots of responsibilities.
Yeah, and you get with it. You sit as a judge. You sit there with conflicted feelings because you know some people might be hurt by your decision,
and others will be super happy.
Yeah, so you get like a very bittersweet feeling after you're done judging.
Yeah. Yeah, it was emotional. I was exhausted when I got home yesterday, but that's not just because we judged the contest. It's also because I had a panel with the Norwegian Cosplay Association where we talked about cosplaying on a budget, tips and tricks for doing that, and kind of went into detail like on how we've made affordable cosplays in the past, which was a lot of fun. We got some good feedback on that, so I would like to be able to do that panel some more in the future, because I thought it was really fun. Um, and also I spent a lot of time in the Norwegian Cosplay Association stand during the day, because I was there as a representative of both the CosCast and the association and myself. So it was a lot of different hats to swap during the day.
Yeah, well, I wasn't as tired as you because I wasn't as busy. I only, went there for the judge thing. But of course, I do feel like, being social on your free time with a lot of people, and also, going around, checking stuff out, maybe, just being out there, giving from yourself in whatever way.
Yeah.
It does take a toll. So, but I wasn't nearly as exhausted as you were.
No,
so.
I got home last night and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll do some like light crafting and like just watch some Netflix and chill. And I just sat down on the sofa, turned on RuPaul's Drag Race, and before I knew it, I was asleep. And I woke up at like almost 4 o'clock in the morning on the sofa, like, what? What's the time? What happened? So I was thoroughly exhausted.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we did. I also have to say I had a good time, but that's mostly because of the people.
Yep.
Because I don't mean this in a to be mean in any kind of way. This is just constructive criticism. It didn't seem like Desicon Pop had their shit together. It seemed like things were very chaotic and unorganized, and there were a lot of mixed messages and information that should have been available to people way ahead of time, and things that weren't announced properly, and it just, yeah, it was really chaotic, and it got to be very, very stressful for me because I was involved in so many different parts during the day.
Yeah.
That I constantly had to be in touch with the crew, and they had so many things that just weren't ready, really.
Yeah, and I mean, I totally understand all the people. I mean, who goes there, having panels, judging, and all those things. Especially you, who had so many things on your plate. But I also kind of feel sorry for all the crew members.
Yeah.
Who worked their asses off just to find us water.
Yeah. No, I mean, because no shade to the volunteers working at the convention. You guys were really nice, and you tried really hard to make things work, even though things weren't going as planned. And I don't blame anyone in particular, except this wasn't organized well. It was just, it wasn't good. I'm sorry. From my point of view, it wasn't. Um, So yeah, you've got some stuff to work on, I think, and there will, yeah. I'm not going to say anything more because I don't want to be super negative and I don't want to start a big discussion or start anything, but I was exhausted and it wasn't just because I had a lot to do. That's all.
Yeah, Cici says on a positive note, the drop-in contest was very well organized and greatly improved, and that's good.
Yes, that is very good. And I agree. The last time we judged the drop-in contest, it was set up in a very different way, and I did not care for that at all. So it seemed like they had taken some notes and changed things around this time, which was very nice. And yeah, yeah. If any one of you have anything you want to say about the convention in the chat, you're welcome to do so, of course. But yeah, we're not going to talk too much about it. I had a good time, but I was stressed and exhausted at the end of the day. I'll say that. Cece says, by the way, I sneakily filmed you while you sat at the judging table. Aw, that's funny. I want to see that video. Hidden camera. Rara's here. Fantasy Emmy is here. Hey guys, thank you for dropping by. And I know it's hard to keep track when we're live streaming at a different point in time than we usually do on Sundays. Usually we're live at 9.
Yeah.
Today's a bit of a special day. Yeah. And as Cece say, it was so nice to meet you guys again. Yes, it was really nice to meet you too. We always miss you. Ranirav says the best place to be was, of course, the NCF stand. It was kind of like a safe haven.
Yeah, yeah. I hanged out there a lot, even though I'm not a part of the NCF.
Yeah. No, because everyone's welcome to just hang around. We're not very big on that, so it was a really nice place to be.
Yeah, it was kind of like my charging station. Whenever I felt like, oh, okay, now I've gone around looking at people enough. Now I have to go back to the NCF just to recharge.
Yeah. No, it was nice, and we had some really nice neighbors. The Cosplay First Aid people had their stand right next to us, and Cosplay Against Cancer was also right next to us. So, yeah. Tonya's wearing the Cosplay Against Cancer hoodie today.
Yes, and it's so comfy. And you know what? It was actually yesterday that we figured out why there's a hole inside this, pocket, front pocket. There's a hole on the inside. You just see here, like this.
Oh, okay.
And that's for the headphones.
Yeah, for the
wire.
Yeah, very clever. So yeah, and I'm gonna mention that too. Matilda, who's the one who started Cosplay Against Cancer, her birthday wish this year is for everyone to contribute to the Norwegian Cancer Association and make a donation. So she's put up an event on Facebook, and I'm going to share that link later at some point. If you wanna support a good cause and make Matilda's birthday a happy one, please consider contributing to the Cancer Association.
I have contributed to both that word.
You've contributed to the cause.
Yeah, yes. I've contributed.
Yes. Yeah, no. So I didn't get the chance to see much else of the con. I was too busy. But I would have liked to walk around and just look at the stands some more and just talk to more people and hang with more people. Just a little laid back, take some photos maybe. I love taking photos at conventions.
So next time you go in together with, some stand or whatever, don't judge at the same time.
No, that's not a good idea. I'm gonna take
one thing.
Yeah, one or two things is more than enough. Yes. All right, so let's move on. We're going to talk a little bit about House of Cosplay, which is a monthly event that is hosted by House of Nerds, which is located in Oslo, very close to Løren T-bane. So once a month, they usually invite a cosplayer to host a workshop and a panel about a certain subject. This Sunday, it was supposed to be a superhero workshop with superhero girl creations, but because I don't know why, maybe it was because Desukan was yesterday and people are tired, or maybe just people forgot that it was going to happen or couldn't afford it or whatever. There weren't any attendees that showed up to the workshop today. So we decided that, well, we'll just cancel the event and we'll all go home and we'll just do the live stream from home. Because there's no point in doing a whole production if you have no one to do the whole production for.
Yeah. It was kind of sad because there were a lot of, contributors, showing up. Like Nerdeportalen was there, ready to sell cosplay stuff, and
Cosplay Studio was there.
Cosplay Studio was there.
So that was a little bit sad. But on the plus side, we did get to hang out with some really amazing people, and we had a really good time just sitting there chilling and chatting while we waited to see if anyone was going to show up. And there was pizza. You don't need much more to make me happy. Pizza is...
Yeah, pizza, funny people, a lot of chit-chat, and, just hanging.
So I thought we would just take the opportunity, since we're going to be talking about House of Cosplay today anyway, we'll just, ask you guys, our viewers, if you have any opinions on the matter, because House of Nerds wants House of Cosplay to continue to be a thing, and they want people to show up, so they want to know if they're doing anything wrong, or if there's any subjects that you guys would like to see covered, or anything like that. So they've sent us some questions that they would like us to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is, did you consider coming today? And if you did, why didn't you show up? Were you tired? Or is it the fact that it costs money to get in? Like, because the event, it has like an entry fee of 100 krona, which is like $10. And 50% of that goes to the cosplayer who's holding the workshop. So yeah, is anyone watching who has some feedback for that, who wants to let us know their thoughts on these things?
Yeah, and I also want to know which type of theme you would like to see on these events, and why didn't you? What was the reason that you decided not to come or didn't want to come?
Well, Fantasy Emmy says, I wanted to come. I did, but I'm in Lithuania.
That's like really legit reason.
Yeah, that's a very good reason for not being that. We completely understand that you're not there. But thank you so much for tuning in to watching us here online. We're so happy that you're here. But see, that's a very legit reason. Like, that reminds me of a funny story. My hubby was playing in a World of Warcraft raid guild at some point, and this guy failed to show up to a raid they were going to do. And when they asked him, "Hey, dude, why didn't you show up to the raid the other day?" he was like, "Sorry, man, but pirates stole my internet." So it turns out, pirates, they dive to the bottom of the ocean and they dig up cables and cut them and just steal yards of cable because there's lots of money in it. So legitimately, pirates stole his internet.
You shouldn't laugh on serious matters. That's like taking one's bread.
It's bad. It's bad. Donidov says, well, I would have considered, but distance was an issue with having been to the con yesterday as well. Yes, well, you live quite far away, so I
Yeah.
completely understand
But
that.
you know what? Next time, run it up. You should just say so that, oh, it's a con, it's a long way, blah blah blah. You can sleep over at my place.
Yes, you can sleep over at both our places, whichever you want. It's cool.
It's for free.
But Tonya has a better like sleeping situation. She has a guest room with a bed that has
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I have a guest room with a double bed with, curtains hanging down and
yeah.
lots of nice lamps hanging from a
So
string. And
luxury. I
yeah,
just
and
have a pull out
you
sofa.
have your own bathroom with toilet and a tub. Like,
Mm-mm.
who wouldn't want that? It's like hotel,
Mm-mm.
almost.
Fantasy MSS sounds like a good job. Being a pirate, I guess.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah, it sounds very dangerous. I wouldn't want to dive to the bottom of the ocean for some cable, but that's just me.
Yeah, and me.
Yeah. No, so I get it. Distance is a factor. And for us it is too. I mean, I've there's been plenty of times in the past where I've thought, "Oh, I really want to go to House of Cosplays, like when they have wig specials or other kinds of workshops." Um, but I live in Eidsvoll, and it's a far way to go. And on a Sunday, if it doesn't finish until like 7 or 8, that means I won't be home until like 10 in the evening. So, and we usually have CosCast shows from 9, so there's a little bit of a clash when it comes to scheduling. So that's
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I haven't really been able to attend in the past. So I'm assuming that a lot of other people have that clash.
Mm.
But at least now that we're doing live shows at House of Nerds, you won't have to choose. You can do both.
Right. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And besides, I really think that Decepticon Pop stole our thunder this time.
Yeah, I think so too. I think because there was a convention the day before, people who had thought about going to the House of Cosplay event were probably tired.
Yeah, or didn't have the funding.
Yeah, didn't have money to go because they probably spent it on, plushies and horns and posters and things yesterday. So that might be a reason.
Yeah.
At least that we've considered. Roundup says, I will be at your places. I'm on my way. Good. You just need to come to my birthday and I'm happy. Cece says, I considered coming, but 1, tired after Desicon, so we were right on that part. 2, got a school deadline, and 3, it would take me like 1 to 1.5 hours one way. 4, spent a lot of money recently. 5, been to a panel about superheroes with superhero girls, and it isn't my main fandom.
And got her period.
Yeah, so it's a blah kind of day. Yeah, I totally get that. But yeah, also, yeah, superheroes might not be your cup of tea or your main fandom, so I completely understand that, there's clashing interests. Fantasy Hemi says that sucks. I have extreme cramps, so that makes my periods extra fun. Yeah. I used to have that, but it kind of went away, so happy about that. Yeah. Yeah. And it's a Sunday. People are usually a little bit like tired on Sundays, don't want to travel.
Yeah, and
I get
Sundays are kind of sacred because if you're having plans on a Sunday that you know you have to be there and it's gonna take several hours, then the Sunday feeling is completely gone because Sunday itself isn't really that much of a weekend day because you know you have to get to bed early because you're going up early in the morning, maybe, you know. So
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. So, I mean, what are some themes that would be appealing enough for people to come? Like, oh yes, this I have to see this. I have to come, be at this workshop. What kind of thing would that be? I'm curious about that. And also, so is House of Cosplay. They want to know.
Yes.
So Tanya, do you have any thoughts about that? Like, what would it take for you to get out of your jammies on a Sunday and travel all the way in to learn to attend a House of Cosplay? Besides doing a live show there.
Yeah.
It's a tricky question.
Yeah, it is. I mean, because paying 100 kroner for entry to a place, I mean, it really has. I mean, not that this event wasn't good or had anything to offer, by all means. Um, I guess it narrows the audience to a much more fewer because of the specific theme, perhaps. Because I mean, superhero cosplay, it's cool, really cool. I think it's cool. But it's not for everyone. I guess people want more
Universal subjects?
Yeah, I think so. Because then it would, interest more people.
Yeah, maybe. Cece says that it would probably be easier for people on a Saturday.
Yeah, that
I don't.
too.
Yeah, it might be. Rondedup says, appealing theme. Why are you guys so attractive? Cosplay Beauty 101. Why, thank you. I don't feel qualified to talk about beauty at all, but.
No.
But, that, you know. She's in a happy mood today, apparently.
That's good.
You made me happy. Hey, Himadere. Welcome. Fantasy Emma says a cool theme, cool swords and crap.
That would be cool. I
Yeah.
mean, helping people to learn like making special lights for props and cosplay, maybe a bit more specialized thing that not many people can do.
Yeah, I mean, like when she said swords, that got me because I love swords, and I've never made a sword before, like except like I've whittled one from wood to make a lightsaber when I was like 10. And it was really crappy. So I've never really made a sword, and I watched a lot of tutorials, but I still don't really know how to do it. So
No.
if I could go to a workshop where people could teach me how to make my own cosplay sword or dagger, just like a small project, just to get me into the process, I think I would attend that.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, just getting help to come up with a concept for the design of your own fantasy sword, for instance, or
oh yeah, that could be really fun.
Just help people getting creative ideas to work on their own.
Yeah.
And show them perhaps different materials they can build swords in, what's good, what's not so good, for instance. And like I've made swords both out of wood, like when I was a kid, of course. And I made that sword from plastic beads. It's not functional, but it's just for decoration. And the other sword that's made out of
styrofoam.
Yeah, I guess styrofoam and cardboard.
Yeah. Cece says how to make convention safe weapon props. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. So we have one weapons, swords, things that are convention safe. That's cool.
Yeah, just helping. I mean, I think the thing about weapons is, I think there's many people who struggle with making those kinds of props and making them look cool. I do. Or I think so.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm not sure if. Yeah.
Fantasy Emmy says, PSA, don't go to a convention with an actual sword. No, don't. Don't go to conventions with actual weapons. That's bad. But I know Ranira was joking about the whole beauty thing, but it got me thinking, and I do think that just a good like makeup panel slash tutorial thing, like where you just learn the basics of cosplay makeup, like how to put on a good foundation, how to like beat your face to make yourself look like a different gender, or how to do anime makeup, things like that.
Yeah, and I think a great addition to these kinds of panels would be to actually have one or two vendors invited to sell you the stuff you need for the actual theme.
Yeah. Like Portal usually is around, which is
Yeah.
cool. That they sell stuff that you can use for swords and armor and builds and those kinds of cool stuff. But like if you had a makeup one, you could like invite Visage, the makeup store from Oslo,
Yeah.
or the Body Shop, or someone.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been really cool.
Yeah, because then it's like a really interesting theme that kind of involves any cosplayer.
Mm. Yeah. Fantasy says it's a no. Cosplay makeup is my specialty. I even have an SFX degree. Ooh, fancy.
Maybe we should invite you then.
Yeah, maybe you should totally come to Norway. It's a bit expensive over here, but we're very cool people. I swear.
You can sleep over at my place. I got
Yeah.
a really nice room with a bathroom.
Tanya has room for everyone. You have like 2 guest rooms, don't you?
Well, technically it's one, but I have a bed here in my hobby room
as well. So yeah, you have like room for at least 3 people.
Yeah, in their own rooms.
In their own rooms, yeah. I mean, but you have room for 2 on your sofa as well.
I have 2 sleeping couches that fold out to double beds, so I got like 7 bed spaces.
Yeah, we're getting off topic, of course, but Tonya has room for like an army of people.
Cosplay army.
Yeah, and the Randolph says, "I wasn't joking. I'm super serial." Cece says, "What kind of cereal?" Fancy Emma says, "I hope it's Fruit Loops." But okay, so yeah, so swords and weapons that are convention safe and makeup is what we have so far. Like me, I'm terrified of cutting into wigs. I've still not cut a wig. Like, I've trimmed the bangs on 1 or 2 of them just to make it a little shorter. But that's it. But I have not ever legitimately, like, drastically cut a wig. I'm terrified of ruining it because they're so expensive.
Yes.
So I think maybe I would, something like that would be good.
Definitely. I mean, just getting a lot of topics that can interest any cosplayer. Props, makeup, wigs, those are 3 very good topics that will concern any cosplayer.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Or like you said, electrics and programming and lights and that kind of thing, because that's getting to be really popular, at least outside of Norway. I'm not sure how many people are doing lights in Norway yet. There are a few, but not super many. So I think that might be interesting too. I think also like crossplay workshop maybe could be fun. Like how to bind your chest safely, how to do open chest bindings, how to paint on muscles, or how to pad a bra if you're a guy, those kinds of things. That could be. They're in the chat. They're saying you should open a cosplay like B&B.
I know. They're really, laying out their plans here now for the name.
Yeah. Let's see.
But I can totally do a bed and breakfast because I make quite good American pancakes.
Himedera says that Yggdrasil was considering holding a wig panel workshop day once, but they didn't have the time for that though. So wigs. Yeah. No, I love wigs, and I think a lot of people who haven't used lace front wigs before often have issues. They don't know how to cut it. They don't know how to glue it to their heads. And I think there are a lot of things that you could easily teach people to do that would make their lives a lot easier.
Yeah, for instance, where to look for good wigs.
Yeah, for example.
I mean, that's a really good start.
Yeah. I don't know. maybe how to choose good cosplay materials. I think they've done that in the past. I think maybe Alvi has had a panel about how to choose the right materials for your cosplay, but I'm not sure if she did that at House of Cosplay or somewhere else. But I seem to remember that. But that's always something that people need to learn. Cece says, I gotta sleep over at your place sometime, Tonya.
Yeah, now you're old enough.
Yes, no, you're old enough. There's a PG line to get into your
Yeah,
house.
you gotta be at least 18 to sleep over at my place. That sounds so bad.
Fantasy Emmy says, theme, the cosplay salon. Himadera says, what wigs are good? Where to buy wigs? How to style different wigs? Washing, sewing, lace front basics, and just fixing wigs together. Yeah, I agree.
Very good things to know when you're.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just copy paste this entire chat when we're done, just so I can make a summary of all of the nice answers we've gotten.
Yeah, and then you should write, what we've been talking
about too. Yeah. Well, or Henrik can just watch this episode. He could do that.
Yeah, he can totally do that.
He might be watching now. We don't know.
Yeah. Are you there, Henrik? Let us know.
Let us know. No, but thank you guys for being so helpful in the chat. It's really making this a lot easier for us.
Indeed. Yeah, I know. No Netflix and chill. Netflix, but no chill.
I think you're the one person I know that has the most chill. Fantasy Emmy says, I once accidentally destroyed a wig. I now have PTSD. Oh dear. I think I would suffer from that too if I ruined one of my wigs.
Yeah.
It's horrible. What did you do? I'm curious. What happened to this wig? How do you destroy one? And Himadera says, I feel like everyone has accidentally destroyed a wig at least once.
I'm not sure if I have just yet, so I'm getting there, I guess. I have something to look forward to.
Yeah, me too. I haven't destroyed a wig yet. Notice. Right. So how about admission fees? Do people not go because there is an admission fee? Would you go if it was free, for example? Or what would be an acceptable admissions fee? Do you have any opinions on that? Cause I think 100 krona is fair, seeing as you often get supplied with materials to work with during the workshop. And because the cosplayer who holds the workshop gets, paid a little bit, which I think is nice. I'm all for giving cosplayers who do a lot of work for the community their fair, some compensation.
Yeah.
But I can understand that a lot of people don't have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money. I am constantly very, very broke.
I'm super rich.
Yeah, you've got enough to keep you afloat at least.
Yeah. I have, so I'll manage just nicely.
No, so Cece says, wait, who has the most chill? Tonya has the most chill. Fantasy Emmy says, scissors and no experience ruined her wig. And Himadera says, oh, it will come.
Yeah. I think I've passed the whole ruining wigs with scissors, because I ruined a lot of Barbies with scissors.
You've had some practice.
I've had some practice.
Yeah. Cece says, I think more people would go if it was cheaper. Yes. Himadera says, I have no problems with the price. Fantasy Emmy says, yeah, the price is fair.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get that some people think 100 krona is a lot of money to pay for 2-3 hours and stuff. But it's important to remember that it takes a lot of work to arrange all of this, and it takes a lot of work to set up all the technical stuff that has to be on place and all the equipment that the cosplayer and the audience needs to work with. And there are people who do this. I mean, of course it's kind of a hobby, but when a hobby takes so much time to prepare and to actually go through with it has to pay off something more than just pure joy.
I just read the chat. I'm sorry, but yes, you're completely right. There's a lot of work going into these House of Cosplays things, and if House of Nerds can't make any money off of it, then they won't be able to host them. And I think that would be kind of sad because I think it's a really nice idea to actually give cosplayers somewhere where they can come and learn things from people who have a lot of experience. And I don't think $10 or 100 krona is a lot of money, even though I mean for me sometimes it's hard to actually justify spending money on anything beyond food and bills, but I still think it's a fair price.
Yeah, and just even though I get free entrance because we're part of the live show afterwards, we still have to spend money to get there.
Yes. Ranirav says, "Don't worry, Anita. If you ever become a widow, I'll make you into a wealthy trophy wife." Thank you. It's nice to know that I'm set for life, no matter what. And Cece says, "Ranirav is my sugar daddy." But Himedera says, "I think 100 krona is completely fair. Actually, pretty cheap if you ask me." And Fantasy Emmy says, "Especially for that much time." Himedera continues, "We're getting both materials and knowledge."
Mm-hmm.
And you get to hang out with other cosplayers and make friends too, which, yes, that's very important too. You get to socialize with other people who are into the same stuff as you're into. So I think that's pretty important too.
Mm-mm.
And of course, we'll be there, so you'll get to enjoy our illustrious company as well.
Yeah. And if you're like 165 centimeters, you get to feel tall.
Yes, because we're short. We'll make
We're
anyone
very...
feel tall. So there's that.
Yeah.
And I mean, see, Ronald says, "CC Toria, I'm the evil stud muffin."
I don't know about evil.
No, I don't know about that either. But before, I mean, we're getting to the end of the show, so before we wrap it up, I wanna just ask you guys, seeing as we'll be there every Sunday and live streaming and doing things, what would you like to see us do when we're there? Like, do you want us to do challenges and make an ass of ourselves in front of you guys? Do you want us to interview the people who are hosting the workshops? Do you want us to interview people who attended the workshops? Um, like, what could we do to make you want to come even more? Do you have any demands? Any lists of demands?
Yes. Don't rap.
Ranirov says, "Illustrious company, where do I pay?" And Fantasy Emmy says, "You have graced us with your presence." I've made myself laugh so hard I'm coughing. Ugh.
Choke on air.
CC Torres says, "Yes, Anita, all of the above." Okay, so doing challenges, interviewing everyone, and and just being there. I guess. Fantasy Emmy says maybe a Q&A. Yeah, question and answer things are always fun. Because that's what we kind of like. What we were going to do today was after the panel and the workshop was over, we were going to interview Superhero Girl Creations and ask her a little bit about like what the panel was about, what she why she loves superhero cosplays and superhero fandoms as much as she does, and things like that. And then we were going to interview workshop attendees and like ask them, so what did you make today? What did you learn today? Did you have fun? Would you want to come back some other time? That kind of thing. And then we've also considered like doing like fun little challenges, like internet challenges, like who laughs first, or put on drag makeup, who does that the best, that kind of thing. So if you have any suggestions, that's
yeah, send them our way.
yeah. Right. That's pretty much everything I had to like contribute with. Do you have any things you want to add?
We're not going to be there every Sunday, just once a month.
Oh, yeah, not every Sunday, but every time they host House of Cosplay, we're going to be there. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah. Once a month. That's the deal. And also, like, right now we don't get paid anything to do this. We're just doing it because it's fun and we want to contribute, and we think that the House of Cosplay thing is a really great initiative, and I see it as as a responsibility to help out the community that I love so much and help it grow and help other people learn new things.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Fantasy Emma says maybe some interactive challenges. Yes, that could be fun. We've thought about like challenging the audience to join us too. Like, can you, beat the CosCast kind of thing? So maybe people would like that. CC suggests a cosplay dance/disco evening. That could be fun. I'm not sure how we could live stream that, but if it was a House of Cosplay thing that to just have a disco evening, I'm pretty sure that would work out. That could be really fun.
Yeah, I mean they had well, I don't remember when, but they had like this K-pop disco party.
Yeah.
Sometime.
Yeah, they had 2 or 3 of them last year, and they were really popular. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I see that Fantasy Emmy has a question, and I'm going to save it for geekery, which is something we can go into right now, actually.
But I just have one last thing.
Yes, go ahead.
House of Cosplay with this panel and, maybe some, a merchant showing up, selling stuff, and a live show. It might be considered like a monthly cosplay.
Yeah, like a mini convention.
Mini convention for cosplayers.
Yeah. It could totally.
Yeah, just show up in your costume. It's fine.
I mean, we showed up in cosplay the last time we live streamed from House of Nerds. We were actually going to do it today too, but we were so tired. So when we showed up there, we were like, no, there was a convention yesterday. I brought a wig. That was all I brought. And like, I'll put some makeup on and look nice, but I can't handle it anymore. But in the future, I will probably cosplay more from the live events.
Yeah, maybe casual cosplay.
Yes. So on that note, let's move on into geekery. So Fantasy Emmy wants to know, have you seen Heathers, the musical? No, I have not. I know that there's a movie called The Heathers. And I know that there was a group of drag queens in RuPaul's Drag Race in one of the seasons that called themselves the Heathers because they thought they were, so good looking, and they were like this little clique. But that's pretty much all I know.
That's more than I do.
Fantasy Emma says, my cosplays take 3 to 4 hours to put on. Oh, goodness. Honey.
All of them?
All of them at once? Honey, you need some closet cosplays is what you need. Something that takes like 30 minutes to put on. Yes. Because closet cosplays are really practical.
I think Cici is trying to come up with a name for the mini convention.
Mini convention, minicon, mincon, mink on, mick on. She's, I don't know what she's doing, but she's doing something. So, just getting back to geekery, have you guys like watched, played, listened to, or read anything interesting during the past week?
Yes, I have. I have gotten bit by a certain germ thing. It's called Ninja Shadow. It's a date app. I mean, a game date app.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I have been playing a vampire one called Blood in Roses. It's not very good, but it's still satisfying my need for like Asian dating game apps.
yeah. Well, I really like about the Ninja Shadow is that it's got a pretty decent, story and involvement and all the things about that. And of course, you have all these different ninjas, like super pretty ninjas you can try to date. And every one of those, there are some who are recommended. I tried one of those and I was like, oh my god, you're such a bitch. No. So I just went with the one I thought was the most handsome, and that's the Ukio, I think it's called. He's called. He's got long red hair, reminds me of Aurora Kenshin, and he's so nice and so lovable, and it's my favorite.
You're just crushing, is what you're doing.
Hot. I have the app on my phone and on my tablet, so I play his romance story twice.
Ranirav says, "Oh God, Ninja Shadow was my bane some time back."
Oh, and Ranirav, totally. You gotta cosplay Yukio, and I'll cosplay Saori. The clothing in that game are so freaking beautiful.
Yeah, I've been playing one that's also called Wizardess Heart, which you're a wizardess at a wizarding school, and there's a mystery to solve, and of course, lots of handsome boys that you flirt with.
Of course.
It is like Mystic Messenger got me on this hellscape train to the Asian dating game. Oh man. But it's
yeah.
fun.
I have to see Rara in a long red wig and kimono.
Please, yes.
Please. Donamen! She's in! Yay!
Yeah! So happy right now. Cece wants to know, how's Once Upon a Time, Tanya?
Yeah. I've watched all 6. Sorry, the hair. So sorry, I got it out. I've watched all the 6 seasons that's out on Netflix. I'm not sure if there are any more seasons quite yet, but the ending is quite intriguing. So yeah, I hope there will be later seasons. Could be interesting. Could be bad. Could be good. I don't know.
I haven't been able to finish. I don't have the time. Too much podcast editing to do. I can't watch something and focus on editing audio at the same time.
Yeah. And I've started watching an anime on Netflix. I'm all for Netflix, obviously. That's called B, The Beginning. And that's quite interesting. I like it very much. I really recommend it.
I haven't heard of that. I haven't seen it, but
I think it's new.
Yeah, probably. I'm going to check that out. I've been watching Full Metal Alchemist. And I mean, I'd seen like 4 or 5 episodes like years ago, and then I hadn't really watched anything else. So I'm kind of like watching most of the series for the first time, and it's like it's so dark. It's so grim and so dark, but it's really really good. And I think we're like halfway through. I think we're like at episode 25 or closer to 30 or something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing where it goes. And Fantasy Emmy says, ooh, Glee, because Cece has started watching Glee again.
I don't think I've ever watched it. Is that kind of like a musical thing? in it?
Yeah, it's like a high school music like
Yeah,
singing club.
yeah, yeah. I've watched some episode. I was kind of hooked on it for a while. Yeah, I remember. Didn't one of the actors committed suicide?
I have no idea. I don't watch Glee. I just know about it.
No, I think so. The musical episode. It was kind of awkward. I mean, there were good songs, but it was kind of awkward.
Cece also says intriguing. It was a lovely ending. I wish it ended there, to be honest. There's another season, the last one, which is airing now, but with a lot of different cast.
Yeah, I figured as much when I saw the ending of, you know. Mm-mm.
Yeah, so I'm curious about where Once Upon a Time is going to end, but I haven't had the time to watch the last episodes or seasons rather. We watched Black Panther a little while ago, which was an interesting movie. I thought the costumes were amazing. The fight scenes were amazing. I liked that there were a lot of strong female characters in it. But I thought that the motivation for some of the characters seemed a little thin. But that's just me.
Yeah. It wasn't elaborate enough.
No. It was very... I mean, it's a superhero movie. It's very Marvel. And I liked it. It was a good movie, but it's not going to be my favorite.
I like it very much.
Yeah.
I think it showed. I mean, even though the plot and storyline was pretty basic Marvel, it showed something different.
Yeah.
The way.
No, totally.
I mean, like two of the main actors or something were white, and the rest was, of color. I really like that.
Fantasy Emmy is recommending Robbie or Red, White, Blue, Yellow, I think it is, or Black, Yellow. I haven't seen Robbie, but I know that a lot of people out there are like super into it.
I think I've watched one episode, perhaps. I kind of struggle to get used to the animated anime style. There's something that's super cool about it, but still there's something off about it for me, and I need some time to
get used to it. Yeah, it has a very unique visual look to it, as far as I've seen.
Yeah, and to me, animes are... It's so important with the visual. I mean, there are certain animes that people watch that are like, oh, it's so cool, it's so good, and I bet it's super cool story and action and storyline and everything, but if the visuals are wrong, then I can't watch it. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, Fantasy Emma says it's pronounced Ruby. Thank you for correcting me. And it gets better. Ronidov says, I'm gonna say Fateful Fumble. Can't wait to get killed by Rick next week.
No!
Oh, no, Leclerc cannot die. This cannot happen.
If he dies, I quit.
Yes, it's horrible. No, for those of you who might not know, Fateful Fumble is our RPG channel where we... Huh?
The baby.
Yes. It's our baby. We play Dragon Age, the RPG there, and we're going to be introducing Vampire the Masquerade soon too. And we're in a group called the Kestrels. That's our game group. And Leclerc is one of our most beloved NPCs, and Rara has been given the task of playing Leclerc, the most beloved Grey Warden in the world. And we're so terrified that she's going to die. And we're like, no, it can't happen.
Yeah, because the last time she was on a mission with us, she almost died.
Yes. So we're going to be playing next Friday at 6, I think, if that works out for everyone. So yeah, it's going to be intense. I'm so terrified. But I'm really excited. It's going to be amazing. So, yeah, you should check out Fateful Fumble if you haven't checked it out yet.
The 9th?
Yes, on the 9th. The 9th of March at
I
6.
gotta talk to some people at work to change my shift.
Yes. Do that.
Yes.
Okay. Beyond that, I don't think I really have that much to recommend. I haven't had the time to play any new games in a very long time just because there's just too many things to do.
Yeah. Just one teeny bit last thing.
Yeah?
Because, as some of you know, I game stream every Thursday.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, and this last game stream was a tidbit different because I got super frustrated with the vampire game because it's super hard, and I was like, oh, I'm so tired of it being hard now. I don't want to play this anymore. So I switched over to Skyrim, just so you know.
Yeah.
I'm now playing Skyrim because it's a much more delightful game to play.
I totally get that. Vampires can be really frustrating, especially if you haven't, done the little cheat thing in the beginning to up your stats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did not do that because I didn't know.
No. I should have told you about that in advance, but I totally forgot to do that, so it's my bad. Oh, Cece is talking about wigs again in the chat. The only thing I don't like about wigs fashion is that their shipping takes at least 3 weeks, and I want them now.
Yeah.
She's been ordering wigs again.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that the other wig.
Arda
is much better. I ordered my wigs. I think it was late January or early February, and they still haven't come. So I'm like, where is it?
You should send them an email and like, hey, where's my stuff?
Yeah.
But yeah, waiting for a wig in the mail is the worst. Mm-hmm. It's the worst. Okay, so at the end, I'm just going to announce that most likely next Sunday we're having a guest on the CosCast. If everything works out according to plan, if nothing comes up, Mall Cosplay will be on our show. Yes, Geralt of Rivia, Mall Cosplay. That guy is going to be on our show.
I'm not sure if I can come. Because I'm gonna ruin the entire show.
You'll just be busy fanning yourself at home. Like, oh god. So it's pretty huge. We're really excited about it. Yeah. He said that he could be available for the 11th, which is next Sunday, and we're just waiting to finalize some things, and we don't want to get your hopes up falsely or anything, but that's most likely what's going to happen next Sunday. So we'll keep you informed as the week goes about when, how, what the fuck,
what?
all of the things.
Holy milk curd?
Oh my fucking god, what? Yes, I know.
I think I'll come.
So yeah. But that'll be a normal live stream like this. So we'll be back at 9 o'clock our usual time, most likely, and yeah. We're really excited, and we hope that everything works out. So we'll be announcing the episode properly later this week when we have all of the things, when I have all of the details in order. But that's the plan. That's what we're working for.
Yes.
So fingers crossed. So excited, so nervous. I really hope this works out.
Crossed and my toes crossed and my
everything crossed.
Teeth are crossed.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching our show. We really appreciate that you take the time off to to answer our questions and share your ideas and your geekery and everything with us. We love you, and we'll be back next Sunday. And yeah. Okay, thanks. Bye. I guess.
Mwah.
Mwah.